So obviously, really excited about being here. Penn State's got tremendous history, with the Fiesta Bowl. Obviously, representing the Big Ten, we take a ton of pride in. We had a tremendous experience last time and very, very appreciative of the time we were able to spend here. Had a great experience. The bowl treated us unbelievable. We're really not approaching this like a bowl game. This is a playoff game, and I wanted to make sure that our players understood the differences. We're not coming out here for a week and enjoying, the community for a couple days and then getting into work. This is a business trip, and I want to make sure our guys understand that. So, it's been really good so far. We're excited about the opportunity. Obviously, when you look at Penn State's history being 7-0 in this game, also very, very cool. That Boise is also undefeated in this game, from what I understand, 3-0. So two teams with tremendous history. Got a ton of respect for their head football coach, for the university as a whole, and for their program. Obviously, one of the most exciting games in Fiesta Bowl history. I can guarantee you they have our respect. We take a lot of pride in that as a program, that we respect everybody that we play, but it's not hard to create that when you watch them on tape. This is a really, really good football team, led by arguably the best player in college football and definitely the best running back in college football, or one of the best running backs in college football. So they have our respect. There's no doubt about that, and our guys have done a great job all week long preparing.
Yeah, I go against some of the best tackles at practice every day, so I've been going against the best tackles throughout the season, so I'm more prepared and I'm ready for this opportunity. Yeah, we focus one game at a time. A lot of people say it's a 12-team, 18 bracket, or 4-team season. We just focus one game at a time, and that's what we've been doing throughout the whole year, just one game at a time, and each game is a Super Bowl. Number 11 is part of my legacy. Michael, LeVar, everybody who's won a number before made their own legacy, and now it's my turn, and that's what I'm trying to do, just write my own legacy.
It comes down to execution as players. I think, the coaches do a great job of preparing us, and I think for me, I just have to, execute those gimme throws early in the game and get our guys into rhythm, and, just get them involved early as much as I can, and that will allow us to stay on the field longer, call more plays, and just open up our offense more and earlier in the game, which I think that will help us a ton, just, building that momentum throughout the game. Yeah, I think for me it's not that hard, just because, this is what we work for throughout the whole off season, and we're for sure going to cherish these moments because, we've put countless amount of hours of work in the film room, out on the practice field, and in the weight room. So, it's about taking these moments in and not taking them for granted, but also realizing the opportunity that we still do have to go out and play. Like, at the end of the day, we're only guaranteed this one more game, and we have to make the 65 plays that we have left count to earn another 65. So I think for us, it's just, not looking too far into the future or overlooking anybody. This is the only game that we have the rest of our season that's left on our schedule. So we have to go out and just do a great job of executing the game plan that we have, and just, taking these moments in and realizing that this is a special group and we want to keep playing together.
Yeah, I think, it starts with our team understanding what we're doing, not just a normal bowl trip. We're still in the playoffs and playing for a championship. So I think kind of trusting our process and doing what we've been doing all year from a game preparation standpoint, and just trusting that and keeping that the same as much as we can in the different, scenes that we go through. Yeah, I think you just take it day by day and understand that, kind of the 1-0 mentality. If you look at it from that point each day, just going 1-0, enjoying the time with my teammates, and not taking it for granted, because I've had a lot of time here, but it still feels like it's gone by fast, and there's not much time left with this team. So just enjoying it would be really important. I think that's kind of football players in general. Obviously, some guys kind of have the same personality they do on the field, but it's just it's different. I try and treat everybody with respect and treat them how I'd like to be treated. But then in the game, obviously it's different, and we got to do things. But that's just kind of the nature of the sport. And we've been doing it for a while now, kind of be able to flip the switch. So it's not something too crazy, I think, for any of the players now.
What would you say? It's a lot of pride. one thing about me when I always thought about the playoffs, you know, how you just said, we've always been like one step away, one game short. You know, I always feel like, you know, when we ever get that chance, I'm not going to let it down, you know. I'm going to make Penn State family happy, you know, make sure we do what we got to do to go as far as we can and keep going. I'm excited, you know. It's just a great feeling. You know, I done played on a lot of different arenas, you know, a lot of different stadiums. You know, I just feel like this one, you know, is going to be a generational one. You know, it's the first year of the playoffs, and we playing on an NFL stadium, you know. Hopefully some of the Cardinals coaches is there, you know. Come check it out.
No, not really. I try to focus on who we're playing each week. I mean, if I try to look ahead, it's going to get me unlocked in, not focused. I'm really just trying to focus on who I'm playing, what strengths they have, and what weaknesses they have. Oh yeah, I mean, I grew up a big, huge fan of like watching these games. I mean, all bowl games. I always loved going to them. Tried going to some when I was younger. I mean, just being able to watch these games now is cool. I mean, I feel like it helped. I mean, I see it as if you have more time, you have more time to waste. I mean, I'm seeing it as I'm locked in, getting back to work the next day, focusing on what I need to focus on, being locked into what the strengths and weaknesses are for the next team. I mean, we're excited. I mean, we know this is a business trip, and it's a one-game season at this point. I mean, you win, you go on. You lose, you go home. I mean, we see it as you have 65 plays, and it could be the last 65 plays in the blue and white. I mean, it's a huge honor. I mean, just being part of this historical event. I mean, even the Fiesta Bowl, it's a historical bowl, and just being able to be a part of that in the 12-team playoff. I mean, it's a dream come true. I mean, they're a great offensive line. I mean, we were talking about it all week. I mean, I feel like they would handle their own in the Big Ten. I mean, they're huge up front. They get pushed, and I mean, they're a great team. I mean, I love watching them, and just being able to play against them this week is going to be awesome.
Taking care of these reps, you know, me and K-Sean splitting reps has been really good, you know. Like you said, taking care of our bodies, you know, staying off the field, you know, keep from injury and all that. And there's no downfall when me or K-Sean get on the field, you know, we're doing the same production and all that. So it's been really good.
Yeah, getting into the Fiesta Bowl is huge for us. I mean, one, to play in a warmer climate than what we previously had just played in last game. But it's just crazy for all of us, you know, where football has taken us, you know, where we're at. I've been all around the States just for football, which, you know, I wouldn't have been afforded that opportunity if I was doing something else. So we don't take it for granted. Another opportunity to, you know, see new places and hang out with my guys. And we're so fortunate to be here. Yeah, we're so fortunate, and I mean, really, you only get those opportunities when you're winning games, though. You know what I mean? A lot of these benefits have been afforded to, you know, the fruits of our labor and what we've done. But, you know, I've just so appreciated Pat Kraft, to Coach Franklin, and the opportunities afforded us to be around the States and, you know, being the West Coast, be down south, be in different parts of the Northeast, and even in the Midwest. I don't think I've ever would have visited the Midwest if I wasn't playing in the Big Ten, quite honestly. So it's been so cool, so fortunate, and to experience it with my guys. I mean, a lot of these guys like Tyler Warren. Me and Tyler Warren essentially grew up together, you know, going from being a young man to being the grown man that I am now. Like, we've grown up together and being able to see and experience a lot of these things together, and that's going to be a core memory for me. Yeah, I think that's a huge thing, and Coach Franklin's talked about that. It's a one-game season. We're playing a one-game season. It's do or die. It's survive and advance. And I'm not ready to be done playing football with Tyler Warren, to be done playing football with Salim Worley, to be done playing football with Abdul Carter. And that's extra motivation. We handle our business. We get another 69, 70 plays with those guys. So that's a huge motivator for me. I would say adaptability has been a huge thing for us. And I would say after the fourth game, it was something that peaked out to us. Just being able to come back from adversity, to be able to, you know, be down and come back and be up and stay up. And you learn lessons, you know what it is to be well-fed and to be hungry. And when you have that kind of perspective and have those kind of philosophies ingrained in your program and ingrained in your culture, it makes you different.
I would say my work ethic. I mean, just to be able to keep my head down and keep my mind straight and being able to work out and recover at the same time. I mean, it wasn't easy. It was not a fun process. I mean, all my friends went off to college while I stayed home and just went to community college and recovered and did rehab. I mean, it wasn't easy. It wasn't a fun time, and just being able to work when the light's not on you is huge. That was unbelievable. I mean, just being able to hear the Nittany Nation roar and the student section roar after that was a dream come true. I mean, it's awesome being able to be a part of this historical bowl. I mean, Fiesta Bowl, part of the 12-team playoff. I mean, it's a huge honor. I'm excited. I mean, it's not easy at all. I mean, you're not getting the same reps as the other guys, not getting the same opportunities as the other guys, and just being able to work. I mean, being on the practice squad was the best thing that ever happened to me. I mean, being able to go against Tyler Warren every day in practice, Theo Johnson, Brenton Strange. I mean, 3 great tight ends that come through Penn State, and just making it my job to make them a better player made me an even better player and a better person. So I had the preferred walk-on summer going into the senior season. Coach Franklin, Coach Terry Smith, and Coach Pry actually came to my state championship game where I tore my ACL. They saw it, came back to him, called him after surgery, crying actually, saying like my career's over, not gonna be able to play. And Coach Franklin calmed me down, told me he had a plan for me, told me I was gonna be back, bigger, stronger, faster, and it was the best thing I ever did to believe in him, and just being able to have this opportunity is a dream come true.
So, I'm not going to, take those moments for granted. I'm going to prepare as best as I can to give myself the best chance to go out and be successful. I think for us, it's not normal, but we need to keep it as normal as possible. Like for me, I'm still going to go through my normal routine of, watching film and how I process everything, studying the game plan. So none of that's changed. It's probably just changed in the format that I do it. But I'm still going to do all the same things that I've been doing throughout the year. Yep, I've been able to be around Grunk for a while now, training with him and Brad back home. So I've been able to see his evolution as just a pure thrower of the football, and it's been cool to see that. But I think the one thing that's cool about Grunk is mentally where he's at right now with how he processes information and the game plan. I think I don't know probably midway through the season, I think I could see it starting to click for him. And it's like that for everybody. Everybody goes through a different process of, when it clicks for them. And his clicked pretty early. And I think it's been cool to see just his process grow and his confidence grow in his process. I mean, it means a lot to me just because, again, this is why I came to Penn State, to have opportunities like this, to play in the college football playoffs, to play in a bowl game like the Fiesta Bowl, and to have this opportunity that we have in front of us. But I think, talking as a team, there's not many times in Penn State football where you can accomplish a first in Penn State football history, and to be the first team in Penn State football history to, win a playoff game, get into the playoffs is extremely I'm losing words now. We're not taking it for granted for sure. And, this is what we work for, 8-9 months out of the year to go out and play, 15 games and hopefully keep playing more. But, we're not going to take this opportunity for granted. We're going to prepare as much as we prepared throughout the whole year to give ourselves the best chance to go out and just play good football.
What's it like, Franklin?
There's no other coach that I'd rather play with. Coach Franklin gets a lot of criticism from people that have never, been in his shoes, been in the position that he's been in, and being here for 10 years now or 11 years now, whatever year he's on, and to still have the energy and to do everything that he does for us as players and us as families and our coaching staff is extremely cool to see. Not many people know how much he sacrifices in his own personal life and how much other stuff he has to deal with away from the football field. And there's no other coach that I'd rather play for besides Coach Franklin. He's a huge reason why I came here, just because I wanted to come somewhere with stability at the head coaching position. And, Coach Franklin had been here at Penn State for 8 or 9 years by the time I committed. So I knew he was going to be here as long as I was here. So, he's a huge part of the reason why I committed here and why I'm still here to this day. So, I mean, again, there's no other coach that I'd rather play for.
You're just trying to keep our process the same that we have throughout the whole season, just keeping the same routines, the same process, but also at the same time, acknowledging where we are. We in a playoff game, but at the same time, we in Arizona. It's Fiesta Bowl. You got to enjoy where you're at. Just take advantage of your opportunities. It's really a blessing to be here. Thank you. Yeah, I feel like I've been showcasing what I can do throughout the whole season, not just this game. And this game is just another opportunity for me to showcase what I've been doing throughout the whole year. Yeah, it's been the most fun I ever had playing football. It's a blessing to be here. Blessing to be in the playoffs. It's something Penn State has never been before. Penn State has never been in this situation, so I'm really just happy to be here.
Oh, definitely. I was Nick Singleton, K-Tron Allen. Those two guys prepared me for every back I've seen. Big, small, faster, strong. But I would say definitely comparing him to a back that I've played through my experience, K-Tron Allen, just from him being a guy that's hard to tackle and, being a guy with a chip on his shoulder, He tries to run you over, though. I would say Genty don't really try to murder you. He wants to get his yards. He will lower his shoulder, but he don't want to murder you. And I would say Blake Corum from 2022, that year, I would say definitely he kind of reminds me of him that year because, Blake Corum's a small guy just like he is. He's a strong guy. I would say Genty's a patient running back, too, and, Corum has a lot of patience in there, too. And I think, without Corum, Michigan really, they had answers, but without him, it would have been tougher. But Genty's he's ahead of the snake, and that's really it. So I would say comparing him to guys like Blake Corum and Kayshawn Allen, that's who I compare him to.
Okay, and then if you could give us one and go.
Push in on it.
Go for it. You got to start further over from the side.
Good morning. Good morning, guys.
Christine, this one. Yeah.
Morning.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if he wants the ball signed in this. I feel like that
Wouldn't think so.
Well, that's a different skin than this.
Do you want it here or do you want it here?
It's not up there on the strike. They're getting one more helmet, Chris.
He signed this one. He just needs a sticker.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
And am I just signing, you having both coaches sign the balls too?
Yes, sir. Thank you. It's weird, it doesn't have a sticker. If one part of the job, same old difference.
No, you gotta go back.
These two?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
With this?
Okay,
Black works.
black.
Yeah.
And still here?
Yes.
Can't talk about
Thank you.
fall from the ceiling.
James, you know where the quarter zip on stage, you're going to go as it, like
I thought we were in quarter zips.
Yeah. Oh, that's just his best.
Oh,
Yeah, I'll
okay.
grab his stuff.
That's just because I was
It's just 'cause he
cold.
was cold.
No,
I was going to take your first 15 minutes live. So if you're going to give me shit, it's going to go live on BTN. That was a subtle way of saying you don't have to. So when we go up there, I'll just give a brief introduction. You go right in your opening.
First time ever.
he's actually competing. So to have him back now in the mix and then be able to get him some reps with the varsity has been invaluable. Get him in the game. And our team has a ton of confidence in him. So yeah, I think for our players and for our staff, that's whenever you share it's a challenge that's I think has been a challenge for a number of years. It's obviously become people that are making decisions and running college football. We're trying to compare apples to apples and oranges to oranges. The other thing that I think is very, very important is that everybody.
Where was my contact?
One of my best friends back home, Keon, I'm proud of kind of my roots and my experience.
There's a really good
Nice, thank you.
Making a big player, being like a hero on the field. I like it. Okay. And a little bit, not really, because a lot of patience in there too. And I think
Brother, how you doing, dog?
Right here, one, two.
let's go, man. This man is too.
And to be honest with you, it was
In the run and pass game, and as having and stunts and picking the O-line for those guys to get free.
Hometown music, like it's so terrible. He tries to put me on every day. That's my homemade defense.
I know it's a team sport, but you can see something behind it. What was your reaction to that? Getting the national recognition for the team?
Yeah, to be on that list, the great players that are on that list.
James talked about
Tried to
why you look so tense? It's like intense, bro. Let's go get him.
Obviously, it was one of the best games started, so that's the boost. That mindset going to that game is just
Awesome, thank you.
good job, Pooh.
O-line quick. O-line quick. O-line quick.
No. Okay. We're about to ask you a question. Okay. And that question you can answer with your hands. How many times has Penn State been to the Fiesta? Yes, he got it. He knows his stuff. He can't really talk, so we can't ask any more questions. But you know what? You did your thing, boy. appreciate you.
What is it?
How soon